Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Hassan and you are watching my channel Professor Hassan Hamayu. Today on 23rd March 2022, Wednesday, I, being a professor of statistics, want to discuss a unique topic with you. And first time in my life, I want to talk about that topic. I want to discuss that topic, and I am 100% sure that you are just learning that topic first time in your life. Before starting today's vital and essential lecture, I request everyone subscribe to my channel, like and share my channel, and click the bell icon for the notifications of the next important videos. Dear students, in statistics, there is a topic which should not be ignored by everyone. It is obligatory, it is compulsory, it is essential for every written test of statistics, and that is about the formula of statistics. And that will help you in two ways. Number one, you will solve all the multiple choice questions based on the formula of statistics, and then second one is that you can solve the numerical questions as well. Let's start. Number one is, if you have, for example, 100 observations in the data and you want to make its classes, then the number of classes formula, how many classes must be? Actually, there should be the range of the classes from 5 to 20, not less than 5, not more than 20 classes. And what is the formula to make the number of classes? That is, k is equal to 1 plus 3.3 into log of capital N, and capital N is the total number of observations. For example, with the help of this formula, you take the log of 100, multiply with 3.3 plus 1. For example, k is 7. It means that if you have a raw data, you have ungrouped data, you will make 7 classes as a group data, a very important concept. Next one is that if you have a pie chart and you have sectors, different sectors like this much, what is the formula of the angle? That is actually small n over capital N multiplied by 360 degree. If 120 is the value over here, 120 number of people are over here, total are 1000. What will you do? 120 over 1000 multiplied by 360 degree. It can also be written as component part over whole quantity or total quantity multiplied by 360 degree. That is the formula of finding the angle. And if you are to calculate small n, number of people in that sector, that can also be calculated by the help of the formula. N will be multiplied over here over 360. That is the formula of small n. And if you want to calculate capital N, that will be n over theta multiplied by 360 degree. These are important questions. These are important parts of every written test. If pie chart is given and you are to calculate angle, small n, number of people, number of favorable in that given sector over capital N multiplied by 360. If you are to calculate small n, then that will be developed by this much. That will be theta multiplied by capital N over 360. If you are to calculate capital N in the exam, small n over theta into 360 degree. Next one is, geometric mean is always equal to arithmetic mean multiply harmonic mean under the root. If I take the square on both sides, g square over a will be equal to h and g square over h will be equal to a. Very important formula, combined mean is equal to, if there are two means, n1 x1 bar plus n2 x bar 2 over n1 plus n2. Dear students, if you are to calculate combined variance, if, please keep in mind, x bar is equal to x bar 2 in the exam, then that will be n1 over s1 square plus n2 over s2 square into s2 square over n1 plus n2. And if x bar is not equal to x bar 2, then combined variance will be equal to n1 s1 square plus n2 s2 square over n1 plus n2 plus n1 n2 over n1 plus n2 whole square into x bar 1 minus x bar 2 whole square. This formula is ignored by the students, and that is compulsory, obligatory for every written test. combined variance formula is this much, when x bar 1 is not equal to x bar 2, and if they are equal, then that will be 0 actually. 0 square is 0, 0 multiplied by something is also 0, then that will be the formula of the for a combined variance when x bar 1 is equal to x bar 2. Then the weighted mean is equal to summation wx over summation w, and I want to discuss, we know summation x minus x bar equal to 0, summation x minus x bar whole square is minimum. Minimum I want to discuss. Minimum means summation x minus x bar whole square is always less than equal to summation x minus a whole square, and that is always summation x minus a whole square is always greater than summation x minus x bar whole square by n into x bar minus a whole square times a very important, and equality holds when x bar is equal to a. These should be learnt by every student. Then if you are to calculate the outlier, q1 minus 1.5 into interquartile range, which is q3 minus q1, and q3 plus 1.5 interquartile range, which is q3 minus q1, the value which will be less than this much and greater than this much, that will be considered the outlier. Next one is m1 prime, first moment about origin is equal to mean, m2 second moment about mean is equal to variance, and we know variance is equal to m2, which is equal to m2 prime minus m1 prime whole square. If I am to calculate m2 prime in the exam, that will be over here m2 plus m1 prime whole square. Then the next question is, if arbitrary origin is given in the exam, for example a is equal to 4 and m1 prime is equal to given 10, then mean will be equal to a plus m1 prime, that will be 14 in the exam. Then Shepherd's correction formula, m2 corrected will be equal to m2 uncorrected minus h square over 12, and m4 will be equal to m4 minus h square over 2, m4 is uncorrected, it is also uncorrected, plus 7 over 240 h power 4. This is the formula, a very important one. Next one is gamma 1 is equal to under root beta 1 is equal to m3 square over m2 cube, gamma 1 is equal to m3 over m2 power 3 by 2, and we know beta 2 is equal to m4 over m2 square, and gamma 2 is beta 2 minus 3, so m4 over m2 square minus 3, a very important concept. Then dear students, we know the skewness is calculated by Cole-Pearson's. Its formula is mean minus mode over standard deviation, and for Bowley's it will be q1 plus q3 minus 2q2 over q3 minus q1. And there is another formula for skewness, that will be mu 3 over s power 3. It can also s sigma cube. It can also be written as m3 third moment about mean over s cube. Then we know percentile coefficient of kurtosis, that is quartile deviation over p90 minus p10. Its range is 0 to 0.5, and if the value is equal to 0.263, then we have mesokurtic. Greater than 0.263 we have leptokurtic, and if it is less than 0.263 we have platykurtic. Then we know time reversal test equation is p naught n multiply q naught n, p no equal to 1. For factor reversal, p naught n into q naught n is equal to v naught n. For circular test, p ab multiply by p bc multiply by p ca equal to 1. And I want to elaborate this much also. P naught 1 multiply p 1 2 multiply by p 2 naught equal to 1. These are the same actually. Dear students, quantity index number is also called volume index number and quantum index number also. Aggregate expenditure method means Laspier's formula, P naught n is equal to summation Pn Q naught over summation P naught Q naught multiplied by 100, and family budget method means summation Wi over summation W, and I is equal to Pn over P naught multiplied by 100, and W is equal to P naught Q naught, and it is also called weighted of average relatives method. Next one is, dear students, in sets A minus B is not equal to B minus A. What does the mean of A minus B? A minus B means all the values of A which are not in B and all the values of B which are not in A. It is B minus A. And A complement, which is also written as this much, it will be equal to S minus A. Total sample space minus A. And A minus B is equal to A intersection B complement, and B minus A is equal to B intersection A complement. Dear students, if A is the subset of B, then probability of A is always less than equal to probability of B. When they are equal, actually, if all the elements of A are the elements of B and all the elements of B are the elements of A, then probability of A will be equal to probability of B. Otherwise, whenever A is the subset of B, probability of A is always less than probability of B. Then De Morgan's law, A union B complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement, and A intersection B complement is equal to A complement union B complement. Then I will tell you a very important formula. A union S. S is a sample space. It is S. A intersection S is equal to A. What is common in A and S? It is A. Then A union empty set will be A. A intersection empty set, that will be empty set. Complement of S will be equal to empty set, and complement of empty set will be equal to sample space. Then I will discuss the formula of permutation and combination. If you are to calculate NPR, that will be n factorial over n minus r factorial. If you are to calculate NCR, that will be n factorial over r factorial n minus r factorial. In classical or priori approach, the probability of an event will be equal to m over n. M is favorable and n is total outcomes. In the relative frequency approach, probability of A will be equal to m over n when limit n approaches to infinity. It is true in the long run. And when A and B are mutually exclusive events, then probability of A union B will be equal to probability of A plus probability of B. Otherwise, that will be minus probability of A intersection B. That will also be there. If A and B are independent, then A intersection B will be equal to probability of A into probability of B. And probability of A intersection B is equal to 0 when we have disjoint events, when we have mutually exclusive events. Probability of A given B is equal to A. Probability of B given A is equal to B. Probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B over probability of B. Dear students, you must comment on today's lecture. Assalamu alaikum.